All right, what it do, everybody? It's your boy LG from Where There's Smoke. Uh, I've been doing so much on the second channel, the gaming channel. It's hard for me to not follow up with gaming and just say Where
All
There's
right, what
Smoke
it do,
Gaming.
everybody? It's your boy
Oh, hold on.
LG from Where There's Smoke.
I've been doing so much on the second channel, the gaming channel. It's hard for me to not follow. I need to get a better rap on that, but I guess YouTube sounds good. And if YouTube's good, the other streaming sites should be good as well. So their streaming sites should be good as well. So Kick, their streaming site should be good as well.
I don't hear it though.
Kick, their streaming site should be good as well. Site should be good as well. See, check, Kick. Site should be good as well. See, check, Kick. Site should be good as well. See, check, Kick.
Let's see.
See, check, Kick.
That's weird.
Let's see. How about now? How about
Kick?
now? How come I don't have any volume on Kick? Let me see about Rumble.
Kick?
Now.
Rumble?
How come I
Check.
don't have any volume on Kick? Let me see about Rumble. Oh, it's on my end. There we go. That should get it. Yeah. Rumble. Yeah. All right. Sorry for that. Yeah. All right. Everything's good. I'm a dumbass. Okay. So, let me redo that. Everybody, welcome to Where There's Smoke. It's your boy LOG. Here today, if you can see from the title, we are going to be going over something local here. With I was gonna say a bunch more without finishing kind of the sentence, which I tend to do a lot, but we're gonna cover today a protest by high schoolers here in Central Texas, in multiple different schools, and it's kind of part of a larger story of like the whole thing with ICE, which everyone, if you pay attention to the news and you know what's going on, you're aware of what's going on with ICE. So I don't think I need to kind of go into scrap that whole spiel, but I think the thing I want to say from my angle and the point of thing that I kind of want to say is and a lot of people have said this too, so this is not a revelation, but like ICE is this whole thing, or like a lot of things, and especially this thing, is for divisiveness and to divide. So I think there's can be good that comes from it, but I think I want to precaution against people like basically poor civilian versus poor civilian. The people that are controlling the country and that are rich, they want us to all fight each other. So I want to be careful against like, a race war thing getting started or people that support ICE. No one should be supporting ICE. Let me just say that. But I don't want the people that supports ICE and the people that don't support ICE ready to kill each other. And these people that are like clinging onto the support for Trump and support for ICE at this point, they need to take a serious look in the mirror and think about like the give me a second, I got my heater kicked on and I do not need it, but the people that are still supporting Trump and still supporting ICE, and it's probably going to be both if one, you need to take a serious look in the mirror and think about, not that they're going to, but they should, and think about what are the pros and cons of what I'm doing. And like, let me turn off this heater and I'll get more than that, but that's at least a start. Like, what are the pluses and minuses of me having this opinion and still supporting this? And furthermore on that, oh yeah, Mr. Joe Games, the ICE protest, yeah, for sure. For sure they've been going crazy, especially it's interesting to see something local to me, and that's what's gonna kind of add to the intrigue when I talk about it here in a minute. But um if you're also supporting like, and this is with more things than just like Trump and the current government, but if you're supporting something, I have been referencing it lately, and I don't know if I've done it on live. I think I have, but like it's back to when the Jews wanted to kill Jesus and they went to this Pontius Pilate guy and they were begging him to kill Jesus. It's like, you coward motherfucker. You want him dead, you fucking do it. And it's almost like the thing now with ICE, all the gay, lame shit they do, the people that support it, most of them would never do it. It's like, why don't you fucking do it? Oh, you see what happens with this protester guy, and I'm gonna have my whole own opinion about this. But like when this guy tried to do some crazy shit, he got his ass handled. Um, but I think most people that support ICE and Trump wouldn't do or say the things they do or say in person, but they're okay with someone doing it on their behalf. The same way back in the day, I think it's more of a parable. That's something we compare it to. But the Jews didn't want to do the thing of killing Jesus. They wanted someone else to do it for them. It's like nowadays, these people don't want to physically like they don't want to bully people, or maybe they do. They don't want to physically have to do it, burden themselves, and risk getting fucked up or risk people knowing who they are. Well, maybe they're not as afraid of that, but they don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to physically get nasty with someone and have to try to fuck you up themselves because they're pussies. And, you know, I'm not a fucking psychologist, so I'm not going to be able to break it down so, so succinctly, but there is something to, you're not, what is the best way to put it? If you don't want to do something yourself, but you're okay with having it done for you, that's not the best, most, I don't even know what I'm trying to describe, but there's something lacking there. If if you're not willing to do something, but you're willing to have it done for you, like to kill, to eat meat, like it's okay if you don't want to do it every time, but if you will never do it once, you know, if you're okay with cops carrying a gun and killing people, but you don't want to carry a gun and kill someone, it's like you're okay with people doing this stuff in your name, but you would never do it. To me, that doesn't really jive up. So I guess that could be said for a lot of things, though. There's a lot of people that live in houses and they would never do any part of building a house. Um, but to me, it's a little fucked up because you're spoiled. You don't know what it takes to build a house, and I'm not saying you should have to build a fucking house if you to live in one, but I don't know what my argument fully is on that then. But I think there is something. Uh, hey, what's going on? It's been a minute. There is something flawed about being okay with someone doing something on your behalf, especially if it's a negative thing, and you never want to do that yourself, and it's like a coward thing. So I kind of thought I was gonna have a better like analysis or like breakdown of that, but maybe I'll think of a better example or like a better way to tie it together here in a minute when I start seeing this stuff. But yeah, if you're okay with the same way the Jews wanted someone else to kill Jesus for him, it's like y'all just kill him yourself. It's like, with the whole ICE thing, it's like people that support ICE, like how many of them eat at Mexican restaurants? How many of them either hire people that were illegal or barely not legal or know someone that did? It's like it's hypocrisy, Um, this area used to be Mexico, so I don't know really. It's it's weird. In the same way, this is kind of a different thing and off topic, but like my uncle lives in New Mexico. In New Mexico, weed's recreational legal. In Texas, it's not. And we're talking about how it's weird how a line on a map uh determines what's okay in one place or the other. So let's get into covering a few of the just like news stories or whatever. And I'll kind of cover the story as I hear details and we kind of cover it together. But if you're not up to date, the topic of today is the ICE protest at large, but really more specifically the ICE protest, or the ICE being a problem throughout the country, and the protest too led to protests in Central Texas, with high schoolers walking out in Austin and surrounding areas, and south of Austin in a town named Kyle, which is very, very close to where I live. A student was attacked by some guy wearing a MAGA hat. We're going to learn more of the details in these news stories and stuff. And from the best we know, he got out of his truck. He went to attack some girl. A bunch of the school kids ganged up on him. No one really seemed to get very hurt, which is good. He got back in his truck and left. And then he's been arrested, I think within 12 hours or less, which is good that they're working quickly to because the community was kind of getting to where we wanted to see something, I think, a resolution, and not have it feel like this problem went on and kind of out of control. So, um, but yeah, it's cool to see Noza in the chat. Lockhart walked out too. Yeah, that's where I went to high school. Man got put on World Star. Yeah, this story is really blowing up. And the crazy tidbit about it, I was gonna save it till later, but uh, shout out Nose. I know you know who this is. DJ Michael Watts passed away this weekend, and crazy enough, this man in this news story that attacked the girl, his name is Chad Michael Watts. So I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about what I think about that here in a minute. But shout out Mr. Joe Games. Shout out Nose in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everyone who catches the lives or the rebroadcast as always. All right, let's listen to this news story, and if there's any details that I've missed or haven't really said this very succinctly, hopefully they will fill in for us. Let me make sure I got these people on the screen for y'all. Yep. Let me get back. Let me center myself a little bit. Okay. All right, let me set up my phone. That way I can see the chat still. We're probably not going to go too long on the stream tonight. I just want to get this story out, kind of get my opinion on it, because it is a local story and it's pretty big right now. I wonder, I know on one of these news stories we'll hear what they say, but they were saying the state was putting pressure on the Austin school district to like kind of like they're asking for reports and numbers and stuff and trying to kind of hold their feet to the fire for the students, but it's like I guess they were trying to see if the city of Austin or the Austin school district supported the kids walking out, and I don't think they did. It was pretty much a kids thing of saying F you. Which who knows if it's still completely organic or not. We'll talk about that here in a minute when we get to the name thing. All right, so let's watch this news story, and we'll get into some other stuff. Oh, fuck.
To see student-led protests against immigration operations at several Central Texas school districts.
Today, students from Pflugerville, Hayes, Manor, and Austin ISDs walked out of class following similar protests at 14 other AISD schools last week.
KB's Jessica Chai is live out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so last Friday, a bunch of schools walked out, not sure how many, and then typical shit. High school kids hear about it last week and over the weekend decide let's do the same. So that doesn't seem anything too suspicious about that necessarily. But who knows if they're organic to begin with. So anyway.
Out the Pflugerville Municipal Court. And Jessica, a few hundred students gathered there earlier today.
That is right, Ashley. This is one of the bigger student-led events that we've seen in the past week. I'm telling you, this entire grassy area was completely swarming with several hundred students. And that is because students from multiple different schools walked out of class and marched or drove up to 5 miles to all meet here to rally against immigration enforcement. Pflugerville ISD students from all 4 high schools, some of the middle schools, have walked or driven and gathered at the Pflugerville Municipal Court, all with one goal.
We are protesting against ICE, as you see.
To get ICE out, to start racially profiling.
We need to show support. We need to raise awareness.
I think here's the thing. When you see that enough of the people are having a problem with the way things are being conducted with this, for you to be someone that supports this and just say, I support it 100%. I'm not going to reevaluate what they're doing or reevaluate my support of them. That's not good. It's not good it's good to have strong morals and stand by them and stand on what you believe in, but it's also good to not be, there's a certain phrase and I forget what it is, but it's own an idea, but don't let it own you. That's what I think. This is a perfect time for that. You own the idea, but don't let it own you. When you see these people are not living out of love and kindness. Again, I'm going to say some shit that sounds like some hippie gay shit, but I think we're in a time when we need this. We need the love. We see everyone ready to be at each other's throats, and it's good to stick together, but let's stick together with a positive love, and let's not get to stick together with hate and like, oh, we're all getting together because we hate this other person so much. Let's keep in mind that we're going to get together we're getting together to defend the people that ICE is attacking, not to hate ICE. I think if we keep that, we'll be good. But we need more of the love and stick together and embrace and like positive. And it is good that these people stuck together, and it's good being the students, and it's good that there's vocalization and good conversation behind this. And for anyone that still just supports ICE, there's nuance to it for sure, and I think conversations could be had to help people understand where people are coming from and see that nuance. But I think everyone could agree, and this is something that I think people that are not in support of it want to hear from the people that do support it. I don't / no one should support, I'm saying what the people that support it would say, but no one should support the methods at this point. There's no reason to be like brutal and just rude at every interaction. It's almost as if they want to hype up the tension. They want to have people pissed off. They want to have people ready to beat each other's throats and get like the anger. It's like, I don't know what I was going to compare it to, but it's like when two people are fighting and then maybe they separate or something disengages, like an argument, one of those two parties bumps into someone else, their tensions are likely still going to be high as far as like verbal or physical dispute. But like, it's like the energy's ramping up and it's just waiting to see who's going to it's going to get taken out on, kind of. So I just feel like, I don't know. We need to, I am seeing it some, but I would encourage to see it more conversations. And, like, I would kind of like to have someone on at this point that still supports ICE just to hear, like, what could you say in their favor? Like, I want to hear, maybe I'll try to find something on a stream, like, next couple of days to see someone with a pro-ICE argument and see if I can pick it apart or see if there's any of it that still has any kind of rationale that, like, I see that, but, or if I just don't see any of it. So that's an interesting thing that I just thought going off of this. So maybe that's something we'll go, and kind of break down or see if we can find rebuttals / we'll likely we'll have rebuttals, but if there's anything we agree with or if there's nothing we agree with. So maybe that's something we'll do in the following day or two.
This district that saw anti-ICE demonstrations on Monday.
Started on Instagram and reposting using the power of social media in a good way, and we grew a community, and we're here now. If you see over there,
Damn. Yeah, no. Well, I'm saying everyone can read the chat, but yeah, that's interesting. I wonder, Noza, do you know like what the bonus was or like what the like salary was? Maybe I should look into like what the like if there's a signing. Not that I'm gonna do it, but just to like put it out there because these are things that I'm interested to know now that I'm thinking of them, and I'm sure other people would be interested to know. Is there a signing bonus, which I'm sure there is? Like what's the salary? What are the qualifications that you have to have, and some of the stuff like that. I know Nick Shirley did a ride along, like 6-ish months ago with ICE. I watched like parts of it. That would be a good thing to watch in our kind of maybe ICE breakdown. But I also want to know, or what I was going to say is, did he ask those questions that I just asked? Because he goes under the guise of a reporter, and I think he is for the most part. But you just, to someone's point, it was pressing, I forgot who it was. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people critical of him. But someone was pressing a little bit on whether he's a genuine reporter or not. That's something I would press upon a little bit too, is I think he is. But if you're going and looking at ICE, and maybe he did ask these questions, we'll have to see. But, ask some questions to push against them. It seems like he was more in favor of them than anything. Tens of thousands signing bonus. Wow. Oh shit. Okay, so they're paying big bucks for people to be in there. 50K or 50K bonus on 125 starting salary. That's if you had prior military experience though. Okay, so we're saying the ICE agents are getting like a 10 to 50K signing bonus, which is crazy. Mr. Joe Game says the kids have nothing to do. I agree, but I do think it's good for the kids to get together and like they're kids. They don't necessarily know. They know, what am I trying to say? They don't have life experiences to have a whole bunch of in-depth knowledge to draw from of being like, oh, I don't think this is a good idea to protest. I'm going to resist. Maybe some did, but I think it's good for them to stick together. They think And I think they think they're doing something positive, and I think that I don't know how I feel about protests, but I think it's good for them to stick together. I think it's good for them to vocalize, and I think as long as they remember they're standing for something positive instead of standing against something negative, it can be good.
Anderson's coming, Conley's coming, we're all coming together, making an impact. It's something, but we're going to work.
Eli Gutierrez, a junior at Weiss High School, says they're standing with communities in Minnesota.
And obviously you saw Alex Petty, Renee, Minnesota, taking lives, man. This is ridiculous. So it's just here making a change. Look, they're all coming here now. It's awesome to see.
Students like Donna Hernandez say now ICE activity is impacting families that look like hers.
They're scared to go out because of ICE. They're scared to go to other places. We can't do fun things because we think that ICE will be out in the street.
And that hurts to see.
I feel like I'm about to be in tears because of how hurtful and like sad that we have to come to this, to do protests as kids, to stand for other people.
As this is happening, Governor Greg Abbott has directed the Texas Education Commissioner to investigate Austin ISD schools for student-led protests at 14 campuses last week.
Which is good.
Attorney
it's good
General
that they're doing that investigation. They're seeing to make sure the school's not encouraging this or anything like that. So it's not per se political as far as nefarious wise. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good to have you on here if you were willing and to talk about it. Man, yeah. There's people that have both sides, opinions on both sides, obviously. I think what I keep hearing, and it'd be good to maybe me for do a little research and see what I could find. Again, sometimes it is hard to find numbers, which is not good. But for me, I'm an independent bum in the living room versus these news corporations who can do more research and find better stats. But I've heard that Obama did really good immigration or in pretty good numbers and didn't cause near the stir or the stink about it. Again, we would have to look at numbers and see how effective he was and see what the numbers are with Trump. But I've heard a lot of people kind of, and it becomes, you hear it once, it becomes a talking point. Obama did a bunch of immigration, but he didn't do it this way. It wasn't as in your face and as brutal. So it's a good argument. That's something I can do when I do my investigation and see what I find, if that's true. I definitely think this is being done in a way that's more inflammatory than it has to be, though. I think there's almost no argument in that. Does it need to happen? That's a separate argument. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe on some level. Probably on some level. Does it need to happen this way where it's pissing people off and getting the people ready to fight? No, that's on purpose. Get him on the Discord file. What do you mean by that, Joey?
Ken Paxton has also demanded documents from AISD with regard to the walkouts. AISD leaders told parents the district did not sponsor or organize the demonstrations, and any student who left campus to demonstrate would get an unexcused absence. Students like Abdallah Zakzilk says there's no time to be silent. Now, just like AISD, Pflugerville, Hayes, and Manor ISDs also told us that the districts did not sponsor the walkouts at their school, and they're also encouraging parents to talk to their students.
Okay, let's see.
Ordering an investigation.
Talk to their students and say what?
About the consequences that come with leaving campus.
That's the point of a fucking walkout. It's a F you to the school. It's a F you to ICE. It's a fucking protest. It's like senior skip day. There's consequences to missing school. It's like, yeah, it's a F you to the fucking, we know. It's a solidarity thing. I think that's good. It's good. That's why senior skip day and shit like that is good, because it shows the kids to have a little bit of, it's not good to be rebellious all the time, right? But to have a little bit of a rebellious nature, to stick together with your peers and say, fuck you to the man every once in a while. We know there's consequences. We're all sticking together because we all want to do it and we all agree. And we know that if we all do it together, there's really not going to be consequences because majority rules. And that's a good lesson, I think, for kids. Fuck you. If we all decide what we want, that's it. And, I don't know. I think that could be good and bad. You don't want to get a mob mentality, but at the same time, I like to see majority rule when it's for a good thing.
In order to participate in one of these walkouts.
All right. Bye, bitch.
Into Austin ISD last week, Governor Greg Abbott has continued to criticize Central Texas school districts over their handling of student walkouts protesting ICE. On Tuesday morning, he posted in response to a story about 2 minors arrested in Kyle during a school walkout, citing it as another reason he's looking to strip funding from schools that allow students to walk out. This is despite Kyle police saying the arrests were unrelated to the walkout. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer.
Okay, that's the thing. I saw that on Facebook too, where these people showed these people were arrested for the walkout, and everyone that was pro-ICE wanted to believe that the students were just unruly and part of the protest and losers, quote unquote, to devalue the protest. And some person in the comment was like, they were arrested because they had alcohol, not because of anything else. And the people were like, oh, they're still part of the protest. Oh, if they were not protesting, they wouldn't have been arrested. Oh, that just goes to show, oh, you're just a fucking loser defending them. It's like, everyone that commented against that woman, fuck you. You're a pussy. Those people had alcohol on them. They should have been arrested at school no matter what. It doesn't matter if they were part of the protest or not. It doesn't, like, if you still want to ignore that, they didn't know if that was a fact or not. We now know it's a fact. So I can retroactively call them names and shit. But at the time when I saw that comment, I'm going to take it at face value. My first instinct is not to be like, that's not true. Those people are still part of the protest, and that makes the protest the whole they were like, in their mind, they wanted the protest to be loser shit and be valued so much. They're like, no, I'm not going to even think, like, I'm not even going to investigate or give any credence to that comment. It's like, I don't give a fuck, but that was not my first instinct when I saw that comment. And that lady was right. So,
Jennifer Sanders.
And now Daniel Marin, State Capitol reporter Adam Schwager is following the story.
Adam Schwager.
Governor Greg Abbott taking to social media Tuesday morning to comment on the arrests of 2 minors at a walkout of Hayes CISD students Monday. Students were protesting immigrations and customs enforcement raids after the deaths of...
I was just thinking, like, okay, even if you're pro-ICE, let's just say this. Let's say you're pro-ICE. Do you want things to continue to get more heated to where the ICE agents are more in danger? I think the answer would be no. Do you want their jobs to be harder and them to be more in danger? No. Do you want them to be more hated? No. Do you want to make your life harder and have yourself be more hated? No. So I think even if you're a person in support of ICE, you should be in favor of them de-escalating and toning it down. I don't think there's an argument against that. I think that's what I was trying to get at earlier. I would love to hear someone that still supports them, but it would be hard for me to hear a good argument against them toning it down.
Of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minnesota.
I do. Again, we'll talk about this the closer we get to the end of the stream when we discuss the name stuff and some kind of thing, the more conspiratorial stuff. I don't think all of this is totally organic, if any.
Quote, it was about time students like this were arrested.
My uncle showed me a meme too this weekend. The 2 last names of the people killed in Minnesota within like a week of each other. Renee Good and Alex Preddy. The 2 last names together, pretty good. I don't know.
Abbott said, continuing, quote, schools and staff who allow this behavior should be treated as co-conspirators and should not be...
Schools and staff who allow this behavior should be treated as co-conspirators. No. What is allow? Does that mean if you knew about it and you're a teacher and you're like, what can I do? Like, you're a co-conspirator. Or does it mean, like, what is allow? Dude, this guy.
Immune for criminal behavior.
First of all, I am sick of Governor Abbott using Hayes CISD as a prop in his attacks on public schools.
Democrat Aaron Zwiener represents most of Hayes County.
Tone it down, but once the opposition... The smile! Yeah. Tone it down, but once their opposition after being toned down, it becomes ineffective, so it leads to the escalation. Yeah. I think the ICE, like, the people at the top of ICE need to find better ways to do these sting operations and ways where these guys are not on the streets as much and not interacting. Like, if you know the Karens are going to be at spot, the thing is, the people almost have too much technology for our own good, because there's people having apps that can like track the ICE agents and shit like that. So I was going to say, be more discreet, avoid the Karens, but if they're tracking you, that becomes hard. But you can make tracking ICE a crime, and then they can move discreetly as they should and be more surgical with it. Again, I would love to do some research or talk to someone that knows, but what the fuck did Obama do differently where he was effective? Again, I don't know the numbers. Was he effective? Was he effective? What did he do more discreetly? Because it was more discreet. No one during that time was hating on Obama for that. I would like to know, was he effective? What did he do differently to be discreet? And if effective, how so?
In the Texas State House, she feels the governor's statement is misleading.
My understanding is that incident was a student who had alcohol, something you're not allowed to have as a minor.
In a statement, Kyle police said the arrests were not related to the walkout. 17-year-old Ayan Muladina, the federal policy director for students engaged in advancing Texas, says these protests...
I think that's it for here. Let's see what's going on here. This is the protest that happened today. Okay, this is pretty much breaking news. It was unfolding all day today on Facebook and other social media, I'm sure. Kyle, which is south of Austin, held a protest like we've been seeing, right? And apparently some Trump MAGA guy pulled up on him. Now, here's the thing. Allegedly, and I was wondering what would someone would have to be provoked. Who's just going to see a bunch of students protesting and be like, I'm going to go fuck with them? It's like, no one would do that. So I was thinking, what if he was provoked? He was likely provoked. I heard in the comments, of course, who knows? It's all alleged. No one knows what the fuck's going on. The other side of it is, what does anything justify him attacking students? Probably no. There was an alleged that the girl or one of the students kicked his car or threw something at his car. We'll listen to this. We'll see what actually happened. Then we'll throw out speculation and what ifs, and we'll give all my opinions, and then we'll kind of get into the conspiratorial stuff towards the end.
And welcome back, everyone, to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you as we continue to roll on. Next up, we want to talk about, we've really been seeing these anti-ICE protests happening all over the country, even happening at schools, seeing students walk out in protest. But next up, we want to take you out to Texas, where a brawl broke out during one of these walkouts. Let's go out right now to Fox 7 Austin's Jenna King with the latest after this really chaotic scene played out.
Yeah, hey there. This video, of course, going viral.
I like how the Buda Police Department looks like a custom house out of Lakeway or some shit.
On social media, sparking a lot of mixed reaction and, of course, raising a lot of questions. On Monday, several hundred students walked out of 5 Hayes CISD campuses, including Hayes High School, Live Oak Academy High School, Lehman High School, Barton Middle School, and Johnson High School. Walkouts also happening at Austin ISD, Pflugerville ISD, and Manor ISD.
Students have the right to protest and display their First Amendment rights in educational environments. That's exactly what these students were doing.
At Moe & Jean Johnson High School, things took a turn. The Buda Police Department says Monday afternoon...
Y'all forget, the people have the right to do just about anything we fucking want to, because the government and the police, guess who they're supposed to serve? Us. What a thought. We are in charge. What the majority of the people want, we get, because y'all are supposed to serve us. So if 80% of the students want to walk out there and peacefully say fuck off, they can do it. And do I think protesting is good and effective? Overall, no. I would love to have a good debate and have my mind changed. But I still gonna I think maybe 100 times out of 100 times, 90 times it's not. I think 10 times maybe it is, and this might be one of the 10 times. This can be a point where a lot of negative hate gets spewed, or this could be a point where we come together and say we're not going to tolerate hate from anybody. And I think that needs to be the goal. Let's remember, we don't want to get on one side and like we're the righteous side and we can do no wrong and we're just going to hate the other side. Let's get rid of the fucking hateful shit if we can. On some no homo shit. Let's see.
The department became aware from a school resource officer about the walkout protest on RM 967. Just before 3 p.m., Buda officers were called to the intersection of RM 967 and FM 1626 for reports of a fight. Police say a verbal argument between a young woman on the sidewalk and an adult man in a vehicle escalated into a physical altercation involving multiple people. Several videos were posted to the Buda PD Facebook page. One video shows the man getting out of his truck and approaching the teens before the fight breaks out.
For us to have to fear for our safety is not usual, and for us not to know who's on our side, for us not to know who's going to come out of nowhere. You know, we think that in a city like Austin that we're safe, that people will side with us, but to see something like that happen, it shows that you will find counter protesters anywhere.
The group falls to the grass. The man then gets...
Here's what I'll say. If someone threw something or assaulted this dude's car, like punched or kicked or threw something at this dude's car, I hate to say this, he was in the right. Don't be fucking assaulting someone or their personal property, and then when they retaliate, they're the bad guy. Now, if I'm driving down the road and I see a group of kids and one of them kicks my truck, I'm not going to get out. I'm going to be fucking, I don't know what the fuck I would do. I'll be fucking pissed. I know some of my homies that would get the fuck out, though. You fucking throw something at one of my homies' truck, not all of them, but I know certain ones. You throw something at their car or kick their car, they're getting out the same way this dude would. And they're going to kick your fucking ass. So, I mean, you got to be careful. I don't know. Maybe that didn't happen. Maybe they were just yelling and this guy's a loser. I almost hope that's the truth. I don't want to think, you know, I wish this thing never happened, but I don't want to think that it diminishes, you know, you know, whatever. This guy's already been arrested. I feel like that would be the best case scenario if there wasn't something that reacted him, because then that would change a lot of stuff. But I don't know. You just have to wonder what would provoke a grown man to get out of his truck in traffic and assault a kid. Most men don't want to do that. Like, I don't know. You know, there's crazies. There's people that do shit, but
up and walks back to his truck. The video shows students throwing water bottles at him. Students Engaged in Advancing Texas, or SEAT, is a student-led movement that works to get young people involved in the politics.
Here's the other thing. People think, oh, there's no reason ever. You should never hit a kid no matter what. Fuck you and fuck your kids. If a kid assaults me, I will hit back. Me and my brother were talking about this. Kid can kill you. If they especially a teenager, if you're just gonna act like they're like this whole thing where a man will never hit a woman, a man will never hit a kid, if they throw a brick at you or fucking start swinging and they're a fucking 16 or 17-year-old kid, they can do damage. You're just supposed to take it? Fuck that. So this whole thing of, oh, you should never hit a girl, you should never hit a kid. Yeah, for the most part, but don't just fucking think you're gonna assault me and I'm just gonna fucking get fucked up. You gotta be fucked up. So I think people want to have this thing where they have this trump card where, oh, I'm a kid, I'm a woman, or don't you ever hit kids. Everyone thinks, oh, this guy attacked kids. Let's just all get on the side of the kids. We're in the right, and let's everyone just hate this guy right now. And that's cool. I'm ready to condemn this guy and call him a piece of shit and laugh at him, and everyone hates this guy. But if he was provoked, then he's not the villain. And it's kind of like a lesson that we really shouldn't be hating this guy no matter what. He's in trouble. He got what he got. No one of the kids really got hurt. This guy got his ass kicked. He's in jail. He's humiliated. End of story. We don't need to all just pile on this guy and hate him forever and hope he dies and hope he never gets a job and everyone hates him from now on forever. And that's forever punishment. If you believe in that, fuck you. He got what he got, and that's it. But I think we need to be. This is what leads to hate and escalation and the negative energy staying in you. And then when something else happens, you're ready to launch on that. Let's be careful against everyone just hating this guy and relishing in the fact that we can hate this guy. I think we should precaution about this. And when I heard about this story, my first instinct as a low, greasy human was to pick a side. we want to pick a side, and we want our side to be right, and we want to find a side we can hate. We need to be careful against that. Even if it's true that this guy was a loser and had a loser moment, does this represent his whole life? Like, this could be a low moment, but you know, this guy might be a total loser. But I don't think anyone wants to be remembered for their lowest moment, and no one wants to be non-redeemable. So we just need to be careful before we go to thinking this guy is just like the devil incarnated. And you know, I'm taking this example to the extreme, but this can also be used for future things. We got to be careful of letting our negative things gain momentum within ourselves, because I feel like everyone's just so ready to hate this guy and hate white people and hate ICE and hate Trump supporters. Oh yeah, that guy was a white Trump supporter and he was a supporter of ICE. Fuck everybody that falls in that category. Let's be careful before we let hate into our hearts.
Policy-making process at all levels of government. Group leaders say the altercation raises concerns about
Because it's like fighting fire with fire. Fighting hate with hate is never going to change the hate in other people's hearts. It just tricked you into letting hate into your heart. And now there's more negative in the world. So I don't think anybody wants that, if we really all think about it.
safety.
Amen. Amen. This is what Cobra Tate and Myron and them motherfuckers, and even Billy Graham and motherfucking what's that other cocksucker's name? Dave Ramsey. All the people some of the people my family members like to watch. They ain't gonna tell you this kind of shit.
Walkouts.
I think that there needs to be action taken on that, and I would like to see a full investigation done on how it started and what can be done to prevent this happening in the future, because like we discussed, these protests and walkouts are not going to stop anytime soon, and we need to create policies and create environments where they can continue to happen safely.
Hayes CISD saying it's aware of the video, but it's being investigated by Buda PD since it happened off campus. The district also confirms the man in the video was not a teacher or employee.
Let's get that straightened out right the fuck now.
Separate walkout, 2 students were arrested, which caught the attention of Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott responded online saying in part, quote, "It's about time students like this were arrested." Harming
As we know, though, the 2 students that were arrested were not arrested for being part of the walkout. They were arrested because they had alcohol.
someone is a crime, even for students.
He should apologize for posting this, because this is leading other people to think the wrong. Dude, fuck you, Abbott. You should apologize, bitch.
We are also looking into stripping the funding of schools that abandon their duty to teach our kids the curriculum required by law, end quote. Tuesday afternoon, Hayes County Judge Ruben Becerra addressed the fight, saying the adult in the video had a clear responsibility to exercise restraint. Becerra went on to say,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. It's all speculatory, right? But let's say someone threw something at this guy's truck or someone kicked his truck. Dude, and then he gets jumped. Great point. I'm going to discuss that when I show the whole video unedited. Is jumping someone ever right? Well, I mean, we want to go to these never hit a kid, never fucking hit a woman. Well, is it ever okay to jump people? Apparently it is. Just like, that is the thing though. If you're, obviously if you're fighting a kid, then kids are going to jump you and it is fair game. But like, if in adult situations you see jumping all the time, and people think that's okay, depending on if their side wins and whatnot, I'm really not cool with that, because that's kind of fucked. Like, you could really fuck someone up. The honorable thing is one-on-one, and when someone's done, they're done, because you can fucking kill somebody if you fuck around on accident.
that the Hayes County DA's office is investigating.
They have already arrested this guy. This news is a little old. This is 4 hours ago, but he did get arrested. Let's see. This is 5 hours ago. I do have the video.
Identified and an investigation underway as more video from an attack involving a student protester in Buda circulates. Thanks so much for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Daniel Marin.
And I'm Jennifer Sanders. Our Josh Skurnick is here now in the studio. Josh, you've seen this new video. What exactly does it show?
Jen, while everything else we've seen begins as fists are flying as the adult man fights with students, this new video shows what appears to be the moments leading up to the altercation. It shows the man right as he is getting out of his truck, pushing past students and singling out a teenage girl, exchanging punches before pushing her to the ground. We have not found the person who originally shot that video, so we cannot show it to you yet. But Buda police say they want to speak to anyone who was present during the altercation so they can build a more complete picture of what happened. A mob of students kicking, screaming.
Tell Abbott to stand up and tell us like a man. Yeah.
As an adult man shoves and attacks a teenage girl. Outnumbered, he walks back to his truck with his hat in hand, leaving a scene of distraught students and an open investigation.
Again, I said it earlier. This guy's name is Chad Michael Watts. And like 2 or 3 days ago, renowned DJ from Houston, legend, DJ Michael Watts, passed away. Rest in peace. If you don't know, he's responsible for putting a lot of people on in Houston from the north side. He really helped out Chamillionaire, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, another guy named Magnificent, 50/50, Lil Mario, a bunch of like rappers. The ones I named at the beginning are the more big ones. But long story short, a lot of other songs and the record Still Tippin', which I'm sure might ring a bell, are not possible without DJ Michael Watts. Without this man, there is no Still Tippin'. Wood grain, I'm gripping, you know. Fofos, I'm tipping. Lost my train of thought like a fucking dumbass. Okay, Michael Watts, DJ Michael Watts, died this weekend. This white guy who attacked the students with the red Trump hat, his name is Chad Michael Watts. So, as a conspiracy theorist, it really made me think. Because, like, initially hearing this, I took it at face value that this was real. And after discussing it with my brother and, like, thinking about it for, like, an hour or two and, like, doing other things and, like, thinking about it later, I thought maybe this is a psyop because it makes you want to choose a side real quickly. And that was just, like, a quick thought. And then I woke up from a nap a little later, and I saw that this guy was arrested, and his name was Chad Michael Watts. And I'm like, okay, this is, like, making me think this is a huge psyop. And when I initially heard of it, I was like, what would it take for a grown man to walk into a group of students to assault one of them? Like, it would take something crazy, right? So, I don't know. Let's watch a little bit more of this. We can speculate a little bit more, throw out theories, and maybe give our final thoughts and get out of here. I'm not going to make this too long. How long have we been going? Yeah, about 50 minutes. I just wanted to give my take on it, cover the initial story because it's big news, especially for my area, and just kind of give my opinion on it. We are going to watch the unedited video right after this. I'm going to rail on someone that's not on camera, have a little joke time, and then we'll probably get out of here. Oh, yeah. I get more green than a leprechaun in a grouse house.
And attacks a teenage girl.
Haters want to block me, but what does he say? Haters want to scare, but haters want to, what does he say? Haters want to stop me, but they too scared to block this. I have your girl topless at the hotel eating chocolates.
Outnumbered, he walks back to his truck with his hat in hand, leaving a scene of distraught students and an open investigation.
Is that one of the students bald? Go back.
Shoves and attacks a teenage girl. Outnumbered, he walks back to his truck with his hat in hand.
Hat in roasted, bitch. But yeah, kill your local pedophile. That's you know, I'm not hating on that, but dude, that hair, wow.
Open investigation.
Anytime somebody's assaulted, it's not a good situation to be.
Yeah, Joey's coming for your #1 spot.
And you know, we're doing the best we can to find justice.
Matt Shima with Buda Police says they knew about the protests by students at Moe and Gene Johnson High School and had officers there to keep the peace. But an hour and a half after students left class and marched down RM 967 to FM 1626, the officers at this intersection left.
And I go down this road like a lot.
To respond to a 911 hang-up call at a nearby Sonic. That's when this happened. When police came back, this man had...
That's a priceless screenshot. Oh my goodness. That's when he was about to leave.
Left in his truck. Buta's mayor said this afternoon that police identified the man and have a statement from him. So you have the identity, but have you made an arrest yet?
We have not made an arrest at this time.
They have at this time. I need to find that news story if I can.
You plan on doing that?
As soon as possible, as soon as we're able to continue our investigation and get to that point in the investigation.
Oh yeah. For a girl, I don't know if that girl was bald or if it was just a bad motherfucking hair dye or something. But if you're going bald in high school as a girl, I feel sorry for you.
Police say they believe the fight began as a shouting match.
So what we're told right now is a verbal altercation between both parties at the same time at the stoplight.
If this guy got baited into fighting a girl at a protest over words, brother. That's bad. That's bad. And that's how they want this to look, I think. Real bad.
And
I think they want people. What am I trying to say? The people that defend this, they want them to defend this even when it starts looking worse and worse and worse, because you defend it in the beginning and then you feel like you're stuck defending it. You don't have to be stuck on a wrong position.
then the altercation continued. He exited his vehicle.
My first thought when I saw him getting jumped is, I don't like that. I want to defend that guy. That was my very first instinct. And then I was like, nah, this is like, this guy attacked kids. This is dumb. And, you know, but, you know, I think that's a huge thing that happens now. They want you to defend one side, and then more information come to light, and you're like, oh, fuck. You feel like you got fucked. You stuck defending. That's what happened with the Alex Pretty thing. I felt real comfortable in my position of like, okay, I feel like I want to defend his side and be on his side. And then a day or two later, it came to light that he had a gun at the protest. And then like a day later, it came to light, or it ran on the news, that he had been fucking over ICE and like chasing them around, harassing them and kicking their cars and fucking them over. And it's like, okay, we thought this was a normal guy that got killed. Then we found out he had a gun. Which may or may not matter. Then we find out that he's been harassing ICE, which to me does matter. It's like, okay, so now it's not just so easy to be black and white and just defend this guy, right? At least from my point of view.
And that's when it became physical.
Social media, text messages, spreading the videos far and wide into people's phones and inboxes. What Buda police say they need help with now from the public is finding who took them all.
So we're trying to get to the original video.
Why does that matter? Oh, because in court you have to have the original unedited video for it to hold up in court, I believe. Hopefully that person's not in trouble, because then this whole thing is, do you, as the American people, or at least whoever's in my fucking chat right now, or catches the rebroadcast, do you want to see people that record events like this be in trouble? Y'all let me know. And it kind of goes over the Don Lemon thing, where he walked into the church and was filming a protest and was interviewing people and asking questions. Do y'all think he should be arrested? Little different situation, but do y'all think he should be in trouble, or do you think we should really protect people that are recording these things, journalists or not? Y'all let me know y'all's opinion. That seems to be some of a breaking topic, and it's not going to go away. With more chaotic shit going on and everyone having a phone and everyone recording shit, do we want people that record shit to face consequences? Y'all let me know.
Videos and have those.
I think this can be a turning point of us trusting our police department or not, more or less, if this stuff is used against us.
Submitted by those people that took the videos, so we can have a solid case and have that chain of custody for our evidence.
In a state.
Yeah, I've learned that from watching Vlad TV. So some good has come from me watching Vlad. In court, you have to have the original unedited video of whatever said event or interview or fight or blah, 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 for it to hold up in court. And I can see why that is, but they go a little far with it. But I get the point.
And Hays County Judge Ruben
I don't know how they verify that it's the exact original, though. I'm not sure how they do that.
Sarah says 2 prosecutors are on the case, while investigators say they still have unanswered questions.
We see that all the time in law enforcement, that videos start.
I would love to get like a retired DA or one of their little pets, no disrespect, like someone that works with them, someone that's retired that doesn't have any active knowledge of shit going on, but someone who knows how it works. I would love to talk to them about, I mean, I'm sure there's millions of questions I could think of, but this one comes up right now. You know, how do y'all just kind of handle all this shit? How do y'all go about making an arrest that quickly? How do y'all go about verifying which video footage is the absolute original? Just all that kind of stuff is just really interesting to me.
At the 10-second mark. What happened in the first?
Yeah, Nose, I agree. We should be able to record regardless. Yeah,
10 seconds. That's very important as to what happened for the rest of the video. So I think
Let me go back. I was yakking.
We see that all the time in law enforcement, that videos start at the 10-second mark. What happened in the first 10 seconds? That's very important as to what happened for the rest of the video. So I think a lot of the public is really taking the last part of the situation and they're making their judgments. So what we have to do to have a solid investigation is what initiated all of this.
But see, that's another thing is like, okay,
find your perfect
if someone does pick a fight with a kid, it's okay for the kids to jump in and defend a kid. I'm definitely okay with that. But I just want to be careful of this thing making people think, oh, it's okay to jump someone. Oh, it's okay to gang up. You know, it's like certain circumstances, but, you know, it's getting people on the other side to think, oh, it's okay to hit a kid. 9 times out of 10, it's not. If that kid fucks with me, though, I'm not just going to stand and take it. Okay, I think this is a fully, or not fully, but like pretty unedited original video. Let's watch this, and this definitely has audio to it, so let's see what they say. You a bitch! Right out the gate. I think this is the end, and then it goes back to the beginning. Okay, whoever's recording, which I'm like 75% sure is an adult, you need to be slapped. Oh, what the fuck? You are doing nothing to help the situation. I'm not sure if that's an adult or not. When I first watched this, that was my natural reaction, that was an adult woman. If you're an adult woman, shame on you. Not trying to break it up, not trying to stop it, not trying to calm anything down, just totally enjoying and getting them. I mean, this is the highlight of her fucking year. Oh, mark my words, this woman loved this. Loved. And she will be talking about this for years to come. This person yelling, what the fuck? Get him! Dude, she thought she was a fucking Prince John. Just seize him! Get him! You know what the people of Kyle and Buda should demand? We demand, and I don't know how this goes. This is something else I would like to see. When there's a trial like this, or whatever, however this goes, and there's evidence supported, is that stuff public information? Like, can we see that evidence? Like, I know in some trials that are a real big thing, like the OJ trial, and they have the glove and all this shit, but it's like, I just don't know enough about the legal proceedings in the courts to know when they get all the evidence, does that ever become fully public knowledge? Because we should demand to see every ounce of footage that they use in court, and I want to see the traffic camera beforehand of what happened. Was there anything thrown at and if this guy just admits, yeah, it was just an argument and then I attacked, it's like, dude, you took the L. But if he alleges something else happened, I would love to see the camera footage from before, and I think we're owed it. I think that's something too we get a lot of times is, it is good the community had outrage and they wanted a resolution, and we feel like we got the right one real quickly, and that's good. But I want the police department and the city to be just as good and diligent in their service of us. The way they got to a solution and they got the evidence and they got the guy arrested and they got us something, we feel like they're serving us well right now. I want them to serve us just as well on the follow-up and release as much and be as transparent about this as possible, so we know exactly what all the fuck went on. That's something we need from our government officials and the news, is full transparency and follow-up on things, which we hardly ever get. So I think I've said everything I had to say about this at one point or another. We cracked our jokes. You know, I've said my piece about sticking together and not getting carried away and all that sort of stuff. So appreciate Noza for stopping by for sure. It was good to talk to you, homie. We're a little bit in the chat, and can't believe finally my time has come. yeah. So many people were too excited for this. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. It was good to chat it up. We'll have to get together soon. Joey, appreciate you stopping in as always. Appreciate it. And whoever else was in the live stream, I appreciate y'all. Or whoever catches the rebroadcast, y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Let me know what side you're on, or what side you initially wanted to be on, and kind of your thoughts after you thought about it for a while and as more details came out and as it unfolded. I don't think. Let me see if I can find the arrest video. Buda. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Just got an update to that altercation between a man and a group of students from Johnson High School in Buda. It was caught on video, and that video, you may have seen it, it's circulating on social media. In fact, it's gone viral. Well, Buda police just sent us an update saying they have issued an arrest warrant and made an arrest in what they're calling the adult student altercation. The man that's been arrested has been identified as 45-year-old Chad Michael
Watts. What are the odds? Again, DJ Michael Watts, RIP, dies this weekend. And this guy, Chad Michael Watts, to me, that's no fucking coincidence. This is a setup. This is a prick job. So, if you're conspiratorial / truther minded, let me know what you think. This smells the high heavens. You know, we have 2 people die within a week or a week and a half in ICE-related things. Right after fraud in Minnesota gets unveiled. A lot of stuff going on in Minnesota, and now this. So, I think that's all I got for this one, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. And as always, I'm going to try to be more consistent with these, but I felt like I had to get this one out, so I think it went pretty well, and we'll see if anything more with this unfolds. I'll be sure to cover it, and like I said, maybe I'll do a follow-up and kind of a ICE breakdown, and maybe I'll find some stats on Obama, find some stats on Trump, and try to compare the two and see how they're different, how they're the same, and kind of to see what we can learn. But yeah, I'll see y'all soon. Y'all take care, and remember, we need to try to stick together. Let's get together on things of positive, and be careful on conjoining on things in the name of stuff that's negative. Appreciate y'all as always, and I'll see y'all soon. Y'all take care. It's LOG from Where There's Smoke. I'm out.